a few things to make a proper fuel injection system works is MAP sensor or MAF sensor, air temp, coolant temp, crank and cam sensors. Those sensors are kind of the key to making this all work. I've got this little Lexus here. Guy's got an AEM Infinity in here, and somebody's adapter to make it all kind of work. And I was in the ECU and I was trying to figure out why I was having such a hard time trying to make it start. Well, the thing thinks it's 176 degrees all the time. So I dove into the wiring a little bit. And so this wire right here, this purple one with the yellow stripe, that's the intake temperature sensor. So how they count these pins is 40 would be the end, and then it would count down. So 39, this is the intake temperature sensor. And then adjacent to it, right next to it, should be 38. And in pin 38, I have nothing. And that should be the coolant temp sensor. So I've been kind of, I don't know, I guess boxing myself, thinking that these guys' adapter was right, when in the entire time I just need to put a pin in here and run a new wire to the coolant temp sensor. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done real quick, and then maybe I can make this thing work. Alright, so this is the Honda idle motor. You take 2 wires, and then you can control how the motor pulls and how the air escapes. Made this quick little bracket, which will bolt to this, and then a couple little mounting tabs so we can kind of put it wherever we want it to go. With it all together, it'll look something like this, and I'll have 2 little hose barbs that come off, so there's to fresh air or to the intake side, the air filter side of the box, and then the side that'll go to the intake manifold, so air in, air out, and then control the bleed, and that's how an idle works. So I'm gonna use the Honda idle motor for this thing. All right. So it's hard to see, but I mounted the idle motor right down there, and then this one right here with the cap is gonna come off. I've got this hose right here that's gonna attach to that, and then I have 2 hoses here that are for water that'll come, and this one that they got looped, I'm gonna undo that and just take those to that, and I'll have an idle motor. Alright, you can see now that I do got the coolant temp working. It's 49 degrees. Before it just was locked at 176, which was not right. Okay, when we're setting up the idle, we got to come down here, and what we're doing is we're getting the information from a Honda tune in one computer, and we're going to put it in, that information, into this one. So I just need to show the frequency as well here. Okay, so now we have the information they have for the Honda. You could say we're cheating, but we just need to make sure this is the same kind of stuff here. So we're getting rid of all the Supra idle motor information because it didn't run through this setup anyway on this. It's actually trying to use the stock ECU, so we're using the Honda idle motor to override that. I saw online some guys drill holes in the throttle blade and all kinds of stuff to make this work. I just figured a Honda one would be a little easier, so that's what we're doing, but we want all the information. So Jamie opened his laptop, so we're getting the information out of another tune, and we're gonna come in here and set this all up. We're gonna close this out now, and we're gonna go back up to idle, and we're gonna put all this same feedback information into the Supra tune.
Alright, so below 3. Idle airflow invert is not checked. Okay.
Now we have an idle motor.
Yeah.
Woo! You're gonna love it now, man. My idle target right here is 1400 RPM, and I'm seeing 1380. So I would say we're right.
That's working.
It was all day affair. All right, as you guys saw, it's got an AM Infinity over here. Boom sling adapter harness. He's got an external fuel pressure regulator. He's still on the stock 440 fuel injectors, so that's gonna be a limit for us. GS300. Whew. That's cool.
It's not a Honda Brett.
No, they're still cool though. All right, so we're putting a little temperature in this thing. Driver and see how it's feeling. Trying to look over the fuel, look over everything. Make sure I got a boost cut on. Always good to have that. Being new, you don't know what gate settings are or if anybody's done anything. Not that the motor can't take it, but we have very small injectors in here. He's only got 440 injectors. So we can't let it get too out of control or we'll go lean. Woo. Must have a seat warmer. Yep. My seat was getting hot. Let's give it a little rip. Alright. Alright, let's give it a rip. Let's go. Woo!
228.
Man, it sounds so much more.
Give you a nice big picture though.
It's 2.5 pounds of boost. You have 10 pounds, that'd be nice.
Yep.
Anyway, we set the boost control up, so we're gonna go ahead and make a pull real quick and see what it's like with a little boost control. Because 3 pounds, obviously, wasn't enough. But we made a little more pressure. We didn't hold that pressure, so just like all the other cars, you know, we'll just add duty on the back to lift that up, and hopefully we can create a flat power band. All right.
How much boost was that again?
6, and then it fell to 4.5.
Okay.
Just below 4.5.
Sounds good.
Whew. Seems like it needs more.
263.
263.
Gained some.
What's my choke point here? Let me see. Because I added literally.
Oh, hold on. I've got an idea. Let me pull this air filter off.
Oh.
It's got one of those crappy little air filters.
Maybe we got a choke there.
Yep.
Because that was still only 6 pounds of boost, and I gave it quite a bit more boost control.
Okay. Okay, I pulled that filter off, so when you got temperature, we can give that a shot. Yep. Same.
Those ones you got off the tiptoe on.
Nope. 266. 66.
Exactly the same. With the boost controller maxed out.
266.
The boost controller maxed out, still the same.
Same thing.
So either we change the spring, change the gate, or this is where it rides.
What was that? 5 pounds? 5, 6 pounds?
Yeah, 5.5 to 6 pounds. Yeah,
okay.
It touches 6. It just doesn't hang there. All right, we got it on Goofy's lift. We're gonna go ahead and cool it off, and then we're gonna get her in the air, pull the gate, check that spring out, try to get this bad boy going again. So we need some boost.
Yeah.
More than a 2-pound spring.
If you had a saucer plate that fit the top of
Yeah,
that,
that's what it needs is a saucer plate.
and then a longer bowl.
Yeah, the longer adjuster. This is definitely more of a 2-pound spring.
Probably.
Just the depth of this. See, that's where like a little cup style base that you had an adjuster on it. See that, or we're congested somewhere really bad.
Well, it's in the air. Let's look at the exhaust and stuff.
I looked at it earlier from underneath the car on the dyno, and it was pretty good. So the exhaust is, you know, you can look inside the flex that it's not, you know, choked down through there.
Resonator here.
Yeah, it's resonated.
A muffler.
Oh. Oh. Jiminy Christmas. They got us.
Walking past it, you'd never see it. It's just like so suited in there, you can't even see it.
Well, there's the restrictor.
Big restriction.
Huge restriction. Jiminy Christmas. All right, we're still gonna put something on this so we can adjust it, but we have to pull that restrictor out, or, I mean, that's the answer for sure. It isn't this, it's that. You could get with this, or you could get with that. Changes the pitch. It's probably got a spot that that frees it up, so you can just turn it and open them.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh. We're going with that though. There's that orange flashlight, everybody. But I wish I'd have seen that silence earlier. I'm gonna have to go into that programmer and pull the boost duty out of it, and then pretty much start kind of at the beginning again. I mean, the fueling's right and the spark's good, the ignition stuff's good, it's pretty soft, so we should just be able to test how much boost it's gonna make. But I'm really thinking I'm gonna hit my cut, so we'll find out. Get ready, we're about to rip it again. All right, so this is gonna be our first pull. I've got a boost cut on at 11 pounds, so if we hit that, you know we hit 11 pounds.
There we go. 331.
Jeez.
How much boost is that?
It was like 8 pounds. Let me just double check though. Jeez. I was so worried it was gonna be over 11 on the first pull. I was. Now you could ask the camera. I was 7-8 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just 7.9, 8, 7.5. Yeah. Here we go. Well,
Dumbest little stuff, bro.
Injector duty though is, we're almost at the tap point.
That's what I was worried about.
We're at 80%. All right, guys, we've got the boost figured out. Now that we know there was a restrictor in the exhaust, and totally the problem. We are about out of injectors, so we're gonna kind of stay in the same boost area, but I just wanna make sure it's cleaned up a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and make a rip and see what she lays down. That was awesome.
Whoa, 349. 349. It picked up the back a lot.
349. So I gave it like 15% duty cycle on the boost control. We had 9.5 pounds.
That's where you said you wanted 9-10 pounds.
So,
from the beginning. And is that all of our injector?
Yep. Injector duty cycle's at 88%.
Yep.
87, 88.
Good place to stop.
That's the end of the line. But that's, I mean, you can see the potential. So a set of injectors and a little bit of love, and this thing's even more of a rocket.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Sounds awesome. All right, man. What do you think, James?
I love it.
Yeah, you kicked ass, man. We had some troubleshooting, but we got through them all. This is a good one. You'll never see this boat coming for him. Awesome. My laptop. We're gonna go for a cruise. You guys can come along. Drivability's looking good. Sounds awesome. Just sounds amazing. It's cool when they're built like this. Such a sleeper. GS300. It just gets down. Woo! She's good. That's nice. You can come off the throttle. It doesn't die on you. That Honda idle motor's put in work. Pretty fun. Sounds awesome. I think he's gonna enjoy this thoroughly. I am inside mine. Great. He's been waiting for this for a little minute. I had to jump through some hoops to get her all fired up and all working. But we got her. And then when I did get it started to run, the idle was so terrible. Like, man, because it uses the factory ECU to run the idle. So not having an idle motor to control was just like, ugh. So, you know, I've got a lot of Honda ones laying around. And you can see it made all the difference in the world. The car drives so good. I was reading online on some of the stuff other shops have done and other guys have done, and they drill little holes in the throttle blade and little stuff, and it just wasn't, you know, wasn't the direction I wanted. So I guess if you guys have got one of these setups, I mean, look into the Honda idle motor. It's super easy to set up. We included that in the video, obviously, so try to keep it as thorough as I can. This is my day. This is what I do. I love this stuff. I love tuning cars. I love trying to make things work. That shit sometimes you bang your head against the wall and chase things or gremlins, but for the most part, this stuff will work. With the Infinity and some of these newer systems, they're just so sensitive. You gotta have the wiring right, and things gotta be a certain way, or things just don't work correctly. It's pretty chill outside. And coming to a stop, you know, there's no wanting to die or anything. That's the hardest part with an automatic, you know, and having separate controllers, because the ECU, factory ECU still controls the transmission and the shifting and stuff.
Nice driver.
Yeah, it's a really nice driver. That's it, man. This thing's ready to go.
Heck yeah, sounds
Congrats,
great.
bro. Like I said, this is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good work. Well, we went from 265 to 349 horsepower, and look at the difference. That's the difference in an exhaust restriction. It's hard to believe, but that's how it goes, man. Whew. But that'll do it for today. This Lexus was a blast. I can't wait for him to pick it up and enjoy it. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us and watching. So give us a like, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.